Have you ever wondered how to create more connection in your life? One of the things that we know to be true, something that gives us deep fulfillment, is the amount of connection that we have with ourselves and with the people around us. Something really interesting about connection is that proximity does actually not equate to connection. So you can be around people, you could go spend time with your family, with coworkers, with friends, but still feel like you're not really getting connected. And when we do feel connection, we actually create more fulfillment. We are wired for connection. We need it. You know, there's myths that go around and say, oh no, I'm a bit more of a solo person, you know, I don't really need connection. Actually, all the science disproves that. If you're a human, you are wired for connection and what's called healthy attachment or bonding with other human beings. And so one of the problems, one of the things that gets in the way of connecting is busyness. If you think about how common this story is, you wake up, you get straight out of bed, you have your first coffee, you go maybe exercise, or you take care of something really important, or maybe you open up your phone and you'll scroll through emails and Facebook, and then you're straight into the traffic, and then you're into work, and work's crazy busy. Then you get home, then you take care of the next thing, and then you take care of the next thing, and then you go to sleep, and then you wake up and you do it again. So many of us live this life where we're on to the next, on to the next, on to the next, on to the next, on to the next. And instead of becoming aware of what's going on around us, we can tend to start to focus too much on ourselves, on our mind, on our thoughts, and we get trapped in our own heads. Now, when we are doing this incessant thinking and worrying and planning on the next thing, and by the way, don't get me wrong, there is a time for thinking and planning, and we need to have these things. But when we're stuck in this mode, we tend to miss the moments of connection with each other, with ourselves, with the environment, with what's going on around us. And we tend to miss a lot of life. And so connection starts with the foundation of presence. Taking a deep breath and start to become aware of where you are. Start to become aware of the people that are around you. Hold an eye gaze for a moment. Eye gazing is such a wonderful tool for deep presence. I've met people and I'll bring them into workshops and we'll do an eye gazing exercise and they'll break down crying because they can't remember the last time they simply held eye contact with another human being and just breathed in and allowed themselves to connect. And for most people, it brings up a little bit of sadness or some joy. Sadness because of the loss of connection, joy because of just how good it feels to be able to connect with each other. So in your life, when it comes to yourself and when it comes to your relationships with other people, how present are you to the people that are around you? Or are you kind of just connecting around them, if that makes sense? So you might be in the same room, but both of you are maybe on your mobile phone. Or you're at the dinner table, but one's reading a newspaper and one's thinking about something else. How much time are you actually spending connecting versus just being around each other and maybe working on different things? The amount of connection that you have inside your life will directly be in proportion to the amount of fulfillment that you have. Connection gives us fulfillment. And then there's so much more I can share around this, like there's quality of connection. But right now, I just want to encourage you to become even more present, if you're not already, in your own life and in the lives of the people that are really important to you. Give them the gift of your presence. Now, if this is something that you've taken away value from, I'd love to invite you along to a live global broadcast where we're going to be talking about ideas like this, how we can bring them into our own life even more, and more importantly, how we can actually coach or teach these ideas to other people to improve their lives. If this sounds like something that you would take away value from, I'd love for you to accept my personal invitation by clicking the link below. I trust I will see you on the other page.